What's up guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another book video. This is my first time ever doing a video like this, but this is going to be a reading vlog. I'm always saying that I don't have as much time to read because I'm like busy or whatever, but the truth is that I don't make the time to read as much as I want to read. So today's the day that we make that time. So I'm going to be reading books, buying books, talking about books, and bring you guys along the whole time. But before I leave, I do want to talk to you guys about today's sponsor, which is my forever love Book of the Month. Book of the Month, if you didn't know, is a super popular and fast growing online book service for readers. Their mission is to promote new and emerging authors and to help readers discover books that they love. Their team vets hundreds of books each month, and they give readers their choice from a curated selection of new and early release titles. That way you are spending more time reading and less time researching. They're 100% risk-free, so you can skip any month at any time and you will not be charged. And to top it off, they have the best price for new release hardcover fiction. And for the month of February, if you use the code WARMUP, you can get your first book for only $9.99. So my two selections this month were these two books right here. Whoever's in charge of these covers needs a raise because these are like the most gorgeous covers I've ever seen. This one is called Someone Else's Shoes, and this one, it actually tells you how to pronounce it correctly. This one's pronounced Mame. So it's not mommy, it's not mame. It's a novel by Jessica George. Every single month they send you a new bookmark with your selections, and it always says the cutest thing. Thank you so much to Book of the Month. Definitely check them out if you haven't already. And let's get started with this vlog and with this day all about books and all about reading. We just got to our destination. When I was younger, whenever we drive by a Chuck E. Cheese, I would get so happy and like so excited. And now the bookstore is my Chuck E. Cheese. Like every time I drive by this place, it makes me so happy. So I'm so excited to be here right now. Anyways, I could totally lie to you guys right now and be like, you know, the reason why I'm here is because I need a new book. But that's a lie because I have 3 new books that I haven't read at home and I'm going to read. I am. However, you guys know like when you want to go to the gym or you like want to motivate yourself to go to the gym or to start working out or whatever, so you buy a new workout set and that kind of like motivates you to go. So I'm pretty much using that same reasoning right now because I just feel like going to the bookstore and being in there with like all those books and just buying a new book and like that feeling, it just really puts me in a reading mood, and that's what we want today. I wanted to make a bookstore vlog, but like I said, I do have those 3 books at home that I really want to read. So as soon as I'm done reading those books, which hopefully is by the start of next week, then I'm going to be coming back to the bookstore and I'm going to be filming a whole bookstore vlog and buying a bunch of books to read. But today's not that day. So today I'm just getting 1 book, and I'm saying that right now and I'm not going to edit this out later. 1 book, that's all we're getting, and I'm kind of in between 2 types of books. I either want a thriller book, like a really good thriller book, or I kind of want a sad book because I literally realized that I haven't cried to a book in so long, and that used to be like one of my hobbies. Like I was constantly crying like at books all the time because I was reading really like heartwarming books. But those are the type of vibes that I'm thinking. I'm either gonna get a thriller or a book that's gonna absolutely rip my heart out. Sounds like a good time, so let's go. I'll be the first to admit I am the world's biggest, fattest liar because I in fact did not get 1 book. But I literally like I went in with that mindset, like I was like 1 book and that's it. But it's always on the days when I'm like not looking for a lot of books that I find like all of a sudden there's like all of these new books that I've never seen. Also, my social anxiety left the chat. Like it was nowhere to be found today because I went ahead, I got my coffee, I got a cinnamon twist or something like that. I sat down, I was reading my book. It was such a good vibe in there. Such a good vibe, 10 out of 10 today. But anyways, let's talk about books now. I had like a full situation going on because I told you guys that I really wanted to get a sad book, right? Or a thriller book. None of them were really like speaking to me, so I was like, okay, no thriller book, so let me find like a good heartwarming kind of sad book, right? I found one and I literally carried that book around for probably 30 minutes. Like I sat down, I read a little bit of it. I was so sure that I was gonna get that book, and that was Pack Up the Moon. Now that I'm out here and I didn't get it, I'm kind of glad I didn't get it because that book would have crushed my soul. I'm not even kidding. I got teary-eyed just reading the first chapter. Like, even thinking about that book, I'm already sad. I could feel that it was a really good book, but I could also feel that I was gonna wake up the next day after reading it with my eyes just not even being able to open them. It's called Pack Up the Moon. If you guys have read that book, comment down below. Let me know if you liked it. I feel like it's a good book. Like, I really feel like I'm eventually going to read it, but it was just really sad. Like, I read that first chapter and I'm like, holy shit. And then I went on TikTok, which is always a mistake because I like hate having like other people's opinions about books before I read them, but I did. But I went on TikTok, I looked up the name, and I'm not even kidding, the first 10 TikToks that pop up are of people bawling their eyes out to this book, and I was like, nope, not today. It's basically about a married couple, and it's like this very happy married couple, but the woman in the marriage ends up getting sick and she's going to pass away really soon. So what she does before she passes away is she leaves letters for her husband, telling him of all these things that he's gonna do in order to be able to move on and deal with the grief. And like, just thinking about it, I want to cry. Like, I literally want to cry. But this entire book is basically like you're reading the letters with the husband as he's going through the grief and like as she's passing away and like their last moments together, and it's this whole thing. If you're down for that type of thing, I honestly recommend it. I haven't even read it, but I feel like it's a good story. It's a good book. But I'm going down the escalator and I see this like little table of books that I didn't look at, like I didn't see it. And that's when I saw this book right here. And I've actually been meaning and wanting to buy this book and read it for a really long time. This is Before We Were Strangers. It's a love-hate love story. From what I gathered, it's basically about this couple that met 15 years ago, or they were together 15 years ago. And then they broke up, and now 15 years later they're like having, it's like a second chance romance type of situation. I don't know, but I got it and I'm super excited to read it. And then the book that I was absolutely positively not going to leave behind, the cover of this book and the title got me. It's Made in Manhattan. I read the first chapters at the cafe right now, and I'm honestly so happy that I got it because so far it's really good. It's basically about this girl that was born and raised in the Upper East Side. It's like a grown-up Blair Waldorf moment. She's like the super proper, sophisticated, rich girl. Oh, it's also like a rom-com, and the romance is between her and this guy from Louisiana. Yeah, Louisiana. So he's like the opposite of what she is. I don't even know, but it just sounded really good. And the cover is just everything. I definitely judged a book by its cover with this one. I was like, I need this book in my life. And so far, I'm really liking it. It says fans of Nora Ephron will devour this. I'm a huge fan of Nora Ephron, so that's all I needed to know. I'm on my second coffee and I haven't had like a proper lunch. So I'm gonna go pick up some food and then I'm gonna like chill in my car, eat my food, and read my book. I'm in the drive-thru line right now, so I might as well read a little bit. This video is about to turn into a whole mukbang situation.
Open air, side by side we sway there in all the colors. Summer love.
What is going on? I am so confused by this book right now. If there's one trope or like one thing that happens in books that I hate, it's miscommunication. Like, it's so annoying to read. It's not interesting at all. And pretty much this entire book is based on miscommunication. I just don't get it, but let me keep reading. I just got to chapter 10, page 100. So I'm gonna stop there and I'm gonna go home and read some more. So I'm sure I'm gonna finish that today and I'll let you guys know my thoughts later. So far, this is nowhere near a 5 stars, but I'm kind of entertained. Like, so far I haven't been bored. It's not the best, but at least I'm not bored, because when you're bored with a book, that's when you just have to like move on to something else. Okay, I'm back home now, and before I continue reading, I wanted to show you guys really quick my TBR. So these are the books that I want to finish before I go back to that bookstore and buy any more books. Okay, so this one's The Red Zone, and this is book 2 in the Fantasy League series. And then I also have this one, The Perfect Marriage. If you guys remember the vlog when I bought this, I literally bought this like over a month ago. This one is one I'm really excited to read. And this one is the one that I found at the thrift store the other day for literally $1. Some of you guys commented and said that this one was also pretty sad. So it'll be like the perfect little heartwarming book that I'm looking for. So currently, this is my TBR plus the 2 books that I got today. just finished this book, The Fantasy League, and I think this is one of the corniest, cheesiest books I've ever read. I'd honestly give this book like a 3 stars out of 5. It wasn't bad, and I'd honestly say that I was entertained, but it was just so corny and so cheesy. But you know what, regardless of that, I'm super proud of myself for having finished it, and that means that I'm going to be starting a new book tonight, and I think I'm going to be starting this book tonight, The Perfect Marriage. This book, I'm actually super excited, and after reading something super cheesy and corny, I feel like a good thriller book is definitely needed. I am so obsessed with this book right now. I'm currently on page 50 of this book, and it's basically about this married couple that are having like a bunch of like marriage problems, and the guy is having an affair and his mistress is found dead at their lake house, and he was the last person to see her alive, so he's the main suspect, and his wife happens to be the best lawyer in DC. And the chapter that I just read right now, the wife just found out about the affair. She just found out that he's the main suspect, and at the very end she just agreed to be his lawyer. It just got so good.